Good morning everyone. I am Epitha from Tandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore, Department of ECE. Today I'll be discussing about the subject microprocessors and microcontrollers. In this video lecture we'll be discussing about the topic interrupts programming. This is the outline of the presentation: introduction, interrupt sources, interrupt structure, interrupt enable register, interrupt priority register, and interrupt programming. Moving on to the introduction. An interrupt, it is a signal to the processor emitted by hardware or software indicating an event that needs the immediate attention. This interrupt, it is one of the most important feature in 8051 microcontroller. In most of the real-time processors, to handle certain conditions properly, the actual task, it must be halt for some time. It takes the required action and then it must return to the main task. For executing such type of programs, the interrupts are necessary. The interrupts in 8051 microcontroller are more desirable to reduce the regular status checking of the inbuilt devices. This interrupt, it is an event that temporarily suspends the main program and passes the control to a special code section, and it executes the event related function and resumes the main program flow where it had left off. So whenever an interrupt occurs, the controller, it completes the execution of the current instruction and it starts the execution of an interrupt service routine or interrupt handler. This interrupt service routine, it comes into the picture when interrupt occurs, and it tells the processor to take appropriate action for the interrupt. And after this interrupt service routine execution, the controller jumps into the main program. So this is about the introduction of the interrupt. Moving on to the interrupt sources. The 8051 microcontroller, it has 5 different events that cause the main program to interrupt from the normal execution. These 5 sources of interrupts in 8051 are timer 0 overflow interrupt TF0, timer 1 overflow interrupt TF1, external hardware interrupt INT0, external hardware interrupt INT1, and serial communication interrupt RI/TI. So these are all the interrupt sources, and in these interrupt sources there are timer and serial interrupts that are internally generated by the microcontroller, whereas the external interrupts are generated by the additional interfacing devices or switches that are externally connected to the microcontroller. There are 2 interrupt registers. The interrupt enable register, it is used to enable and disable the interrupt, and interrupt priority register, it is used to program the priority level. This is about the priority of interrupt. The interrupt sources and its priority level are shown over here. The external interrupt 0, it has the highest priority, and the serial port, it has the lowest priority, and these are scanned during each machine cycle, and the priority is given during the each machine cycle. Here is the interrupt structure. In this interrupt structure, we will be seeing about the interrupt sources along with the interrupt registers. The INT0 bar, it is the one of the interrupt sources. TF0, it is the timer overflow 0. INT1 bar, it is the external hardware interrupt 1, and TF1 is the timer overflow 1, and RITI, it is the serial communication interrupt. These are all the different interrupts received from the external devices, and those will be stored in the IE register, that is the interrupt enable register, and this will decide which interrupt to send, and all the interrupts are placed in this IP register, and this IP register, it will prioritize the interrupts received. If it is of high priority, then it will store over here. If it is of lower priority, it will store over here. And this interrupt polling sequence, it decides which interrupt to be sent to CPU. And here we see global enable and individual interrupt enables. Here, if it is high, in the sense interrupt is enabled; if it is low, in the sense interrupt is disabled. So let us see what is about the interrupt enable register. This interrupt enable register, it is responsible for enabling and disabling the interrupt, and this interrupt enable register, it is a bit addressable register in which the most significant bit EA, it must be set to 1 for enabling the interrupt, and the corresponding bit in this register, it enables the particular interrupt like timer, external and serial inputs. In the below IE register, the bit corresponding to 1, it activates the interrupt, and 0, it disables the interrupt. In this below diagram, we can see the bit pattern explanation of this interrupt enable register. Moving on to the interrupt priority register. This interrupt priority register, it is used to program the priority levels, and in this it is also possible to change the priority levels of the interrupt by setting or clearing the corresponding bit in the interrupt priority register, and in this it allows the low priority interrupt to interrupt the high priority interrupt, but it prohibits the interruption by another low priority interrupt. Similarly, the high priority interrupt, it cannot be interrupted. So if these interrupt priorities are not programmed, the microcontroller, it executes in the predefined manner which is being stated in the prioritize table of this interrupt. Moving on to the TCON register. In addition to the above two registered, that is the interrupt enable register and interrupt priority register, this TCON register, it specifies the type of external interrupt to the 8051 microcontroller. The two external interrupts, whether it can be edge or level triggered, it is specified by this register by a set or cleared by appropriate bits, and this is also one of the bit addressable register, and the bit pattern of the TCON register is shown over here. Moving on to the interrupt programming in 8051. There are three types of interrupt programming: timer interrupt programming, external hardware interrupt programming, serial communication interrupt programming. First, let us see about this timer interrupt programming. In this timer interrupt programming, we have timer 0 and timer 1 interrupts are generated by the timer register bits, that is TF0 and TF1, and these interrupts are programmed by C code, which is this program is all about. In this program, we'll be seeing about the timer 0 mode 1 for blinking LED using this interrupt method. Initially, the LED is connected to the port 2 of 0th pin. Then selecting the timer by configuring the TMOD register and its mode of operation. Then following, the interrupt number 1 is being initialized for the timer 0. Then blink LED onto the interrupt event. Then choosing and loading the initial values to TL and TH for the appropriate modes. Then finally, as I have said previous, like choosing and loading the initial values and selecting the timer by configuring the TMOD register values. Then the values are loaded, then enabling the timer to 0 interrupt, then starting of the timer, that is setting the timer run bit to start the timer. After that, writing the subroutine for the timer for time required, and clearing the timer value at the end of the subroutine. So that is about this timer interrupt programming. Moving on to the external hardware interrupt programming. So here this 8051 microcontroller, it consists of two external hardware interrupt, that is INT0 and INT1 as discussed earlier. The program of this external hardware interrupt can be explained over here, and in this the edge trigger external interrupt is taken into consideration, and initially the configuration of the interrupt 0 for falling edge on INT0 is being initialized, then enabling the corresponding bit of the external interrupt in IE register. Then if it is level triggering, then we should write the subroutine appropriate to this interrupt, or else enable the TCON register bit corresponding to the edge triggered input, whether it is INT0 or INT1. So this is about the external hardware interrupt programming. The last one is the serial interrupt programming. In this serial communication interrupt programming, it comes into picture when there is a need to send or receive the data. The serial communication interrupt come into the picture when there is a need to send or receive the data. Since one interrupt bit it is set for both the transfer interrupt and receiver interrupt flags, this interrupt service routine ISR, it must examine these flags and to know the actual interrupt. The logical operation of these two flags, that is TI and RI, it causes this interrupt and it is cleared by the software alone. Here a special register, that is SCON, it is used for controlling the communication operation by enabling the corresponding bits. Now let's get into the program. Here in this program we'll see how the serial port with 9600 baud rate using the serial interrupt. Here initially in this program the configuration of IE register for enabling the serial interrupt, then configuration of the SCON register for a receiving or transferring operation, then writing the subroutine for this interrupt with appropriate function, and clear transfer interrupt and receiver interrupt flags with this routine. So this is all about the interrupts in 8051 microcontroller, types, their structure and programming. Thank you.